Broadcasting live from the Newsmax studio in New York City, here is Steve Malzberg.
Democrats think if they can lose only 8 to 12 House seats, they'll be in play if they get a presidential win in 2016 to maybe get the majority back. They think that you could have, the Senate, the Republicans need a net gain of 6. They think it's possible, I think someone's going to get 51 or 52. We just don't know who that someone is yet in the party. Is that a fair assessment that they both sort of view this now as chess for the last 3 months?
All right, welcome back, folks. John King, I don't know exactly what he's talking about, but it doesn't look good for Democrats. I mean, and especially if the president goes ahead and signs executive order issuing amnesty. My goodness, the midterm is going to be a disaster for the Democrats. And even before he signed this amnesty, and most people don't even know what's coming because they're on vacation. It's the beginning of August, the middle of the summer. Listen to Mike Allen of Politico, basically set John King straight.
Here's an amazing sign of just how bleak the environment is for Democrats. A Democrat strategist who had access to all the polls, focus groups, said, we're writing off voters who are angry. Our target voters now are people who are worried, disappointed, concerned. Those are the voters that they want.
They want those voters. It's not good. Somebody's got to educate John King. All right, something else here. It took place Friday at the president's statement and news conference where he took a couple of questions. And this was from Bill Plant of CBS News. What a great question. Watch.
Mr. President, like that ceasefire, you've called for diplomatic solutions not only in Israel and Gaza, but also in Ukraine, in Iraq, to very little effect so far. Has the United States of America lost its influence in the world? Have you lost yours?
Has the United States of America lost its influence in the world, and have you lost yours? Of course we have. And of course he has, if he ever had any. But, oh, he had a great answer. Oh, you ready for this? Here it is.
Look, this is a common theme that folks bring up. Apparently, people have forgotten that America, as the most powerful country on earth, still does not control everything around the world. And so, our diplomatic efforts often take time. They often will see progress and then a step backwards. That's been true in the Middle East. That's been true in Europe. That's been true in Asia. That's the nature of world affairs. It's not neat and it's not smooth.
All right, it's not neat, it's not smooth, it's hard. And by the way, you're the only president who ever had to deal with the fact that the U.S. couldn't impose their will on everybody. Other presidents have dealt with that, and it's worked. They've worked things out. You have not. All right, folks, we'll be back with more of the Steve Malzberg Show. Former Republican House Majority Leader Tom DeLay. But first, this hour's American Moment, we look at the moon landing.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth.
In 1961, newly elected President John Fitzgerald Kennedy announced to the Congress and to all of mankind America's intention to send man to the moon. Previously restricted to the realm of science fiction, the president's commitment set in motion an unprecedented effort to fulfill one of man's oldest dreams. The obstacles were monumental, not the least of which was to create an energy source capable of sending a manned spacecraft to the moon. The answer stood 363 feet tall and delivered 8 million pounds of thrust, making the Saturn V the most powerful rocket ever built. On July 20th, 1969, Apollo 11, carrying astronauts Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, and Edwin Buzz Aldrin, circled the moon until Armstrong and Aldrin entered the lunar module and readied themselves for their historic landing. With just 20 seconds of fuel left, disaster was narrowly averted when Armstrong had to manually fly the Eagle away from unexpected boulders to a smoother and less dangerous landing zone. Although the imagery was poor, Neil Armstrong's words came through loud and clear.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
However, the flight was not without controversy. Buzz Aldrin, a devout Christian, administered himself communion on the moon. Since NASA was already fighting a lawsuit from atheist Madalyn Murray O'Hair, who objected to the earlier Apollo 8 crew reading from the book of Genesis, Aldrin's communion was kept a secret from the public. Not so secret was the plaque bolted to the descent ladder on the lunar module. It was left on the moon to greet future visitors and reads, "We came in peace for all mankind." For Newsmax TV, I'm Bill Curtis.